This is going to be an overview video of your new Qwest 820 Edge, and it will go over some things that I know you probably have some experience with previous boats, but some things that have changed over time is the boat now has a shutoff switch for what we call the house or the boat side of the power. So this will this is actually in the on position, and you can see the green right there. If you turn it to the left, you can see red over on the left side here, and the battery switch is more in a vertical position. That is the off position. That turns off all the power to the dash except for the motor. So any of your lights, radios, depth finders, any of that stuff, that is off in this position. And then underneath that, it's a little hard to see, but there is a inline fuse right there in a holder that if by chance this was on and you still had no power to the dash, you would just pull this connector apart here and check that fuse. If that is popped, burned in the middle, then that is no good. It's a 15 amp fuse, so that would need to be replaced, but probably an unlikely occurrence. And then the layout in this boat is the #1 battery, which again is also your house battery, which means this battery does all your, again, dash, lights, radios, any of that stuff. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 across the back. And then the charger is set up the same way, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you first plug in the charger, you will see an amber light in this lower line here, which means it's charging at the highest rate. As the batteries get charged, it will go to the full charge setting, and actually they will go from solid amber to flashing amber, then solid green on the next line to flashing green. So when all 4 lights are flashing green, that means the batteries are 100% charged and everything should be ready to go. The top line there that says check connection, that is a red light, and that is something that you never want to see, but that means that there is an issue either with the fuses that are built into each charge lead, and each charge lead is numbered according to the battery. So if you had a red light on battery number 3, you can come over here and check these 2 fuses, and there's a fuse on both the positive and negative side of the wiring. If that one of these fuses is bad, it would show red light on the charger. Or the other situation where that can occur is if one out of the 4 batteries gets lower than what the charger recognizes as a safe voltage to charge from, it will go to a red light situation to say, hey, this battery is at 2 volts. I'm not going to charge this because either it's not there or something's wrong with it. So it kind of gives you that red indicator on there to tell you something's wrong. So if that happens, it's 99% happens to the house battery, because that's the one that potentially you could leave the lights on and have an issue. So what we do recommend today, now that we have all these switches to shut off, if you get in the habit of turning off your boat power, and then also we've added in within the Edrive package upgrade a resettable circuit breaker with a manual disconnect. So what this does, we used to put a note on the control that said, please make sure your key is off, or don't turn the key on while the charger's plugged in. What you can do with this is just push that red button, that little yellow arm pops out, that disconnects the motor so that you can't turn the motor on. So it's a good idea to get in the habit of shutting this switch off, pushing that red reset button, and then you can come over here and pull the charger cord out of the holder and go ahead and plug in your charger. And obviously, just when you go to use the boat, just do everything in reverse. Unplug the charger, turn on your boat battery power, and clip in the circuit breaker. When you get the boat today, everything will be on so that you don't have to do anything. But that's just some running changes that we've made over the years. On the control, this is basically identical to the previous versions. Your fuel gauge, which is your battery level, and then your hourly run time and all that, that hasn't changed. You do have a Garmin GPS fish finder, which I